Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is Season 3, Episode 21. Almost there. Almost done with the third season. I've said it a couple of times. This second part of the third season has just been mind-blowingly awesome and horrible, and like all the stuff that's been going on. And now we're really getting into the past. Especially in the previous episodes, we had a long discussion after that one talking about the history of this world and the information that we got, and there was a lot of information, and hopefully we remember most of it, and I'm sure they're gonna remind us of some of the things throughout. But right now I am just extremely excited about continuing this story. Are we gonna stay in the past, pick up where we left off in the previous episode? Are we gonna jump to the present again, or back and forth? I have a lot of questions, but let's see if we can get some of those questions answered. Are you ready? Or do you have anything you want to say before we start?
Yes, I have a wheezy nose because of my mucous membranes in all parts of the body, but especially the nose is just swelled up due to the extra blood. So that means my nose is a bit constricted and I have difficulty breathing normally. So now you know. It's nothing serious, just a wheezy nose.
Yes, if you hear wheezy sounds, then that's just that, I guess. All right, let's do it. Yep. Did you want to say anything else?
I just wanted to say, the perks of being pregnant, but yeah.
Oh well. That's not really something we've sort of announced or anything just yet. Maybe at this point when this one comes out on YouTube, we would announced it on Patreon at least. But if you didn't know, then now you know. Cat's pregnant. Yeah. But let's jump into the episode, and you can of course always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead, well into Season 4. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. And here we go. Yep, okay, yeah. Picking up right where we left off. Nice. Oh yeah.
海とは地表の7割を占める広大な塩水である。
Okay.
All right.
We haven't had the intro in a little while, but now we can actually watch it. Eren, yeah. It's gonna be so weird continuing on without him. And okay, this is probably not new because I haven't seen the intro. But come on, I've never seen this before. It's the first time you're looking at it, doofus.
Attack Titan.
Not Attack on Titan, but just Attack Titan or an Attack Titan. Yeah.
俺はエレン・クルーガー。今見て9つの巨人の一つを宿している。
He named Eren after this guy.
俺はダメな父親で、ダメな夫で、ダメな男だった。なのになぜ俺だけが人の姿のままここに。ダイナは王家の血を引くユミルの民は特別だ。答えろ。なぜ俺だけ生かした。よせ、指が痛むだろう。人の指をちょん切るのは気にならないらしいがな。
They're gonna grow back out.
どうした？急に顔色が。何千人ものユミルの民の指を切り落とし、ここで巨人にしてきた。女も子供もだ。すべてはエルディアのためだったと信じてる。お前に最後の任務を託す。他の誰かではなく、お前にだ。
Okay.
あの日、初めてお前と会った日、あんなことが起きなければ、お前はここまでマーレに強い憎しみを抱くことはなかっただろう。それが俺を選んだ理由か。それもある。かつては俺もそうだった。大陸にとどまった王家の残党は革命軍となり、父はその一員だった。しかし、 何も成し遂げることなく生きたまま焼かれた。それ以来マーレへの復讐とエルディアの復権を誓った。だが俺が実際にやったことは同胞の指を詰めここから蹴落とし巨人に変えることだ。それに徹した結果今日まで正体を暴かれることはなかった。
That's dedication.
俺に残された任務とは何だ。これから壁内に潜入し始祖の巨人を奪還しろ。俺から巨人を継承してな。なんだって巨人化したお前に食われる。同じようにして始祖の巨人を持ち主から奪え。なぜあんたがやらない。9つの巨人の力を継承した者は13年。
What the hell?
俺が継承したのも13年前になる。
13年は始祖ユミルが力に目覚めてから死ぬまでの年月に相当する時間だと。
僕はあと13年。
Oh
エレ
shit.
ンは
残り8年。もうない。
Oh fuck.
9つの巨人を宿す者が力を継承させることなく死んだ場合、巨人の力はそれ以降に誕生するユミルの民の赤子に突如として継承され、あたかもユミルの民とは皆一様に見えない何かでつながっていると。
Yeah, you don't say.
そしてその道は全て一つの座標で交わる。つまりそれが始祖の巨人だ。
Hmm.
すべてのユミルの民はその座標へとつながっている。
Oh, the coordinate.
始祖ユミルの正体は一体何なんだ。有機生物の起源と接触した少女、そう唱える者もいる。この世に真実などない。それが現実だ。誰だって神でも悪魔にでもなれる。残念なことにダイナが王家の血を引くのは事実だ。ではなぜ見捨てた。死ぬまで敵国のための子を産まされ続ける生涯の方が良かっただろうか。俺は務めを果たした。お前もそうしろ。あれを見ろよ。生きたまま巨人に食われて死んだ。あんたは俺に聞いた。これが面白いかって。面白くなかったよ。奴の断末魔は聞くに耐えないおぞましさだった。これが自由の代償だと分かっていたなら払わなかった。見ろ、お前の家から持ってきた。見られない。俺に憎しみを思い出させようとしても無駄だ。俺に残されたのは罪だけだ。それで十分だ。俺はここで初めて同胞を蹴落とした日から、お前は妹を連れて壁の外に出た日から、その行いが報われる日まで進み続けるんだ。死んでも死んだ後も。
Yeah, it's that picture.
9つの巨人にはそれぞれ名前がある。
Oh,
これからお前へ継承される巨人にもだ。
what's the name of that one?
その巨人はいついかなる時代におい
Attack
て
Titan.
自由を求めて
Ah,
進み続
of
け
course.
る。名は
進撃の巨人。
Of course.
君の巨人の名前でしょ。なんで誰もいないのに一人で喋っていたの。
もういいだろハンジ。こいつは15だぞ。
Oh yeah, fuck. Still fucking 15 years old.
正末ならまだ10日ほど残っていますが。
10日分の罰なら今ハンジが与えた。
ザックレー総統には掛け合ってるから安心してよ。
少し痩せたか。
エレンは元気そう。
まあな。
行くぞ。身支度を急げ。
何をするんです。
謁見だ。女王陛下がトロスト区に起こした。
Oh, hey, Historia.
今私の隣にはライナーがいる。
Oh, Ymir.
私が恋文をしたためる様子を覗き見している。悪趣味な野郎だ。絶対に見て。私はこれから死ぬ。でも後悔はしてない。そう言いたいところだが、正直心残りがある。まだお前と結婚できてないことだ。ユミルより。
What the hell? Did she just...
その道は全て一つの座標で交わる始祖の巨人だ。
We've seen that imagery before. When Ymir came to it again after being a titan for 60 years, but...
何かお前だけにわかるメッセージはなかったか？暗号とか。
わからない。
陛下。
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 やめてよ。まだ公の席じゃないんだから。本当にいろいろあったね。私は壁の真ん中で南の空を見てただけ。
君が生きてることは大事な務めだよ。
ああ、そうだ。
みんなが思ったよりいつも通りでよかった。
Sasha.
グリシャ・イエーガー氏の反省
Eating.
巨人と知り得る歴史のすべて。これは彼ら調査兵団9名とここにはいない199名の戦果だ。
手記によれば我々は巨人になれる特殊な人種ユミルの民であり、
始祖の巨人がマーレの手に落ちればエルディア人は終わりだ。そんなこと壁の王が許すわけない。
エルディアが再び罪を犯すというのなら、我々は滅ぶべくして滅ぶ。壁の王は大陸の王家にそう言い残し、壁の門を閉ざした。
Okay.
もはや民を守らぬ王は王ではない。必ず見つけ出して、臆した王から始祖の巨人を取り上げろ。それが俺たちの使命だ。
Everything makes so much more sense.
しかしながら過去にエレンは無垢の巨人を操り窮地を逃れたことがあります。王家の血を引くものではないエレンにもその力を使える可能性があるのかもしれません。
Yeah.
そうだ。あの一瞬だけ。
You also touched
Yeah.
Dina.
私はダイナ・フリッツと申します。
Yeah.
まさか。
びっくりした。どうしたの突然。
Yes.
なんでも
Nope.
ありません。
Come on. Just
会議を妨げてすいません。
ああ、なるほど。そっか。なんでも彼は今そういう時期にあるようでして、突然格好をつけたり叫んだりしてしまうようです。
ああ、そうか。それは気の毒に。
Smart.
年頃だしな。
あのことは二人にも話していない。母さんとハンネスさんを殺したあの巨人が父親が前に結婚してた相手だったなんて。
which is so fucked up.
王家の血を引く者を巨人にして俺が接触すれば始祖の巨人の力を扱えるかもしれない。だがその可能性があるといえば兵団はヒストリアをどうする？
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
妻でも子供でも町の人でもいい。壁の中で人を愛せ。それができなければ繰り返すだけだ。ミカサやアルミン。みんなを救いたいなら使命を全うしろ。
ミカサ？アルミン？誰な
How
のか
does he know?
Huh?
さあ、わからない。誰の記憶だろう。
Excuse
How
me.
can okay?
What?
So you can see future. Okay, yeah. As they explained in that, type the screen there in the middle, the info screen, it truly does transcend time and space. These connections between the people, the Eldians, subjects of Ymir, or whatever you want to call them. And wow, it is not getting less complicated. This whole story. Holy fuck.
We thought we would get some answers, huh?
Yeah, they just kept on going with the revelations, which is in turn just, more and more questions. But that was episode 21, the second to last episode in season 3, titled Attack Titan. And now we know why. That is simply the name of, I want to call it Eren's Titan, but it didn't start with him, obviously. Before that, it was Grisha's Titan, and before that, it was, Eren's Titan again. Just another Eren. Eren Kruger?
Yeah.
Kruger, yeah. And I think that was also because we got a little bit confused
that was
about,
me, yeah.
we were calling the asshole
Yeah.
Sergeant Major dude, we were calling him Kruger.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got it now. That is, of course, the owl who saved Grisha, but also did a lot of horrible things through his life. And sort of also, not that he set Grisha on this path, although he kind of did, but Grisha was starting down this path anyway, with having this fight inside of him and this like willingness to break out and see the world and do something about their situation. Whereas everyone else, including Grisha's own father, was definitely not willing to risk anything. But Grisha was, and Eren Kruger, he saw that all the way back then, and sort of started Grisha down this path, where he then ended up today. And they both had to do some horrible things, but now at least they can go to or proceed to the final task, the final mission, which is then given to Grisha, who's supposed to go to the Paradise Island and do what we already know he did, with taking the founding Titan powers. And well, I don't know if it was necessarily a part of his mission to pass them on to his son, but having a son or having a family, that was also part of it.
Well,
as
he
was
was
told him.
running out of time, so perhaps that was also one of the reasons why he said that.
Yeah.
Was to like make it clear that you need someone to pass this on to.
Yes, and someone you trust or love, or that will at least make it way easier. And that is a big thing, like something we didn't know beforehand. This time limit, 13 years.
Yeah, but it seems like some like if you're in Titan form or something, you can perhaps outlive it. Like Ymir was in Titan form for 60 years.
But that was not one of the 9 Titans. It's only those, like the 9 Titans, the 9 Titan powers.
Are you sure she was not?
I'm pretty sure that's what they were talking about. And like those, you can't have those powers for more than 13 years. You can be a Titan for long, like a normal Titan.
She ate someone. That's right. So she was a Titan for 6 years, and when she woke up, she ate that. What's he called?
Michel.
Marcel.
Marcel.
Or
Michel.
something. She ate him, and he had that power, and then became. But we also. Yeah. So we've seen Beast Titan. We've seen Armored Titan. We've seen Female Titan. We've seen Attack Titan, Colossal Titan.
Founding Titan.
Founding Titan, kinda.
Yeah.
And then Ymir's Titan, right? Or did I?
I don't know if Ymir's perhaps. I don't know if we've gotten that explained really yet, but I guess it would make sense if Ymir's Titan is also one of the 9, and that's, she stole that power.
Well, it has to be one of the 9.
And that's specifically why. Because that's the only intelligent Titans, right?
Yeah, and the only one who can, like, shift back and forth.
Yeah. So it's, and then there's also I don't know what the name of that one is, but the four-legged one.
Oh, yeah.
Long snout.
Yes.
That's also.
So that's 8 out of 9 we've seen.
Yeah, I guess so. We still need to maybe see some more things from the perspective of a character like Zeke, perhaps, and also maybe Rainer and Annie Berthold, like before they left for the island and on their mission. And exactly. Well, we know that they were kids when they did that, and that's when they arrived, and yada yada. And they lost. They were 4 on that mission, and then of course one of them died because Ymir ate him. And then at what point did Zeke come in? And this other person.
Yeah, definitely not first.
No, that must be later on.
Yeah, either as a recon mission.
A what?
Isn't it called a recon mission where you have to check up on
recon mission? Yeah, maybe. Or I think maybe it was a. as a backup or something, because things weren't going as planned
That's
with the
what I
first
mean.
group.
Like, if they didn't hear back from them, so obviously something must have gone wrong. So if they sent Zeke to kind of check that,
make sure that the mission was completed.
And it wasn't. And we also learned a lot more about the Eldians and everything, and also like with the founding titan, like with the king, the coward king, why he was like why he's not fighting back. And he's fighting back because he's basically, the way that I interpreted it, as at least, was like he is not going to fight if they want to come and get them, because he's willing to atone the sins, because he thinks that perhaps it's warranted that, well, maybe the Eldian should just be eradicated.
Maybe we should die out. Maybe we should pay for our sins.
And that makes a lot more sense in regards to basically everything, because I can definitely see that sentiment. At least like I can understand where he's coming from. If you actually believe that you as a race or species or whatever, like, you need to die out because of something.
Yeah, that will ultimately make the world a better place, both for the rest of the world, but maybe also your people, so that you'll finally get rest or something. Like, I can see those arguments.
Yeah, but it's just like, again, that ties into what we said in the last one, where we should at least strive to make some sort of peace with each other and stop being so fucking racist all the time. But yeah, it's so that's suddenly makes sense what Rainer said, that they were just basically just indoctrinated into thinking that these other people, the Eldians, as we now know, the subjects of Ymir, that they were all supposed to die. The Eldians were all supposed to die, and that's what he meant when he said that they came to take down the walls to kill everybody and get the last Titans. So the Eldians, would die out as a race, and then they would have the upper hand.
And they would get the founding Titan, the coordinate, which is the founding Titan.
Yeah.
So now we know that those two are the same thing when they've been talking about that.
Yeah, and the way that the founding Titan also kind of works is exactly because it's the
coordinate, which is like the, I don't know, the
converging of paths that transcend time and space.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
That suddenly got very spacey.
Yeah, but that's what the series is doing right now. It's really, really interesting, the way that just in the span of a couple of episodes, then all the, I don't even know how many, like 50, 60 prior episodes will all of a sudden make so much more sense to us, or at least, the bigger story there behind it, and why certain characters have acted in certain ways, and what their missions mean. And it's really, both difficult to wrap your head around, but also that makes everything else easier to wrap your head around with, that's why all of that happened. I'm just having a lot of aha moments in my brain right now, and it's maybe difficult to express it, but that's really, really cool, the way that they're doing this, and we knew that at some point we were gonna get to this point where it was just gonna open up to us, and we're gonna be like, oh, now I see how those pieces fit together.
But there's still a lot of like things that I feel like is left unsaid, so we can question it.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Like, there are things happening that we haven't seen yet, or from certain perspectives, where it would definitely help. But even this Eren Kruger guy, he was saying with just with the story of the founding Titan Ymir and how it all started, like, if you look at history in one way, this is how it's interpreted. if you look at history in another way, then it's interpreted this way. And I guess like what I just took from what he was saying there about history is it doesn't matter necessarily what sides of history you're on, or like if you saw Ymir as a god or a devil, it doesn't necessarily matter what happened, but like moving forward does, or the future. And it's just, yeah, there was a lot of things, and I don't know if I'm mixing stuff up now and getting confused all over again. That can be a little bit, yeah.
But it does tie into what we've talked about earlier on, especially I think it was when we talked about Erwin's father, who was like the history teacher, and how we write stories, or we write history in a way that's not entirely objective.
Yeah, definitely. We've talked about that a lot.
Yeah, and I just think it was very much also like underlined here with like, Ymir is portrayed either as the devil or as a goddess and a savior, and that was quite literally what we saw. And I've seen that devil before. Seen it from the ending.
Yeah, the end credits of season 2, I think, or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they already, planted a few seeds there, and I guess some of you guys have mentioned the ending credits as well, that we should maybe just remember some of that imagery. And now, we got to see it again, and it makes more sense. And it is really just a matter of, okay, so who are you with here, or like us as an audience when we're sitting here? We have been on the side of, I guess, the Eldians all this time.
Yeah.
Because that's the people that we've been following on this island, the subjects of Ymir. But we still haven't really seen it from the Mali perspective. And why are they called? Did we ever get that explanation? Why they're called Mali? Or is there an actual person who's in charge, not in charge, or like ruling them, who's called Mali? Did they descend from someone named Mali? I can't remember.
No, I don't think it was told.
Exactly why they're called Eldians or Eldia. The subjects of Ymir. But I guess we are going to see it from the Mali perspective at some point. We have to, other than just getting snippets of how they see history, as we did in the previous one with how Grisha's father was explaining history to him from the Mali perspective. But we need to follow them more closely to be able to, because I definitely have a feeling that if they're not telling us a story where, okay, the Eldians are the good guys, clearly. Like, they are not in the wrong. It's the Malians who, like, it's not going to be black and white.
No, it's not clear cut,
no, not at all. So they have to also really show us that other perspective, so that we, at the end of this, can be 100% like, just, I don't know what to choose. I get the Eldians and I get the Mali people. Like, I get both sides. Or I'm guessing that's where they want us to end up, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. But we also got to confirm that only Eldians, like subjects of Ymir, can be turned into Titans.
Yes.
So that means that, well, Zeke and Annie and Rainer and Bertolt, they are
descended from
all subjects of Ymir. And it seems like, so no Malians can actually turn into Titans. But they can still, Eldians can still fight for Malians.
Yeah, if they've been indoctrinated, I guess, or if they've grown up amongst them, and if they share their worldview.
Yeah, and I feel so harsh for actually saying indoctrinated. It's just the way that we've been shown how at least Rainer and Annie, they have grown up. Like, Rainer literally got some sort of dissociative disorder from clearly being taught as a soldier, and also just like being an Eldian, even though they're fighting for the Malians, they're still
fighting their own people.
And you have to be like really convicted in a certain way. Like they're still being discriminated against by the Malians. I would think, even though
Most likely.
even though they're fighting for them, and yeah, that must also be like you really have to be of a certain conviction, and if you have to be on of that certain conviction, well, there has to be like some way you can sell it as like a noble thing to do, right? Like,
yeah, most likely, or at least just I could imagine them growing up, and this is again gonna definitely paint the Mali people in a bad light, but growing up, like Annie and Rainer and Bertolt and probably also Sieg to some extent, like they've been growing up amongst the Malians, but being Eldians and probably looked at as devils or this lesser filthy race or something, and also like instilling that in Annie and Rainer and Sieg and all of them, but also using them as tools. And only that. Like we saw how Annie grew up and with her father and what he was focused on. And it's probably like the Mali people have this view on the Eldians that they are devils and they are devil spawn, straight up, demons, all of that. And they want to eradicate them because they truly believe that that's going to make the world a better place. But to achieve that, they have to use some of these demons and monsters to get rid of the monsters. So like fight fire with fire sort of a deal. So they probably don't look at what they're doing or, look at those people that they have got to do their dirty work as actual human beings. They just look at them as tools. Something to be exploited. And as I said, that certainly sounds like then the Mali people are bad guys, but we've also seen horrible people on the other side. So it's
very hard. Like when it's gonna be like a them and us thing, right? So it's gonna be so divisive in a way.
And is anything ever going to be able to turn that around and make people like not maybe hold hands and sing kumbaya, but just at some point maybe get to a time where we don't have to have this whole them and us and fight each other, and is someone or something gonna be able to unite them at any point, or is that how this series is gonna end, like very bittersweet and both sides are just gonna eradicate each other and then that's it. Like
but I also understand the Malians because the Eldians, they have this ability that makes them more powerful and
monstrous.
And the Malians,
they don't have that. Like we've gotten a little bit of this stuff before in another animated series that we've seen in the Avatar verse, with The Legend of Korra in particular, where we got benders versus non-benders.
Yeah.
Like people with magic abilities versus just normal people,
Yeah.
and how they will feel threatened and like, well, we don't have these abilities to get a leg up in life, and like you're always going to be a threat to us exactly because you can do something that's not human. Like and I imagine it's a bit more extreme here, but same concept, same principle in a way, like and I get that, get why you feel threatened. But yeah, my mind is kind of on fire right now. I don't know about you from all of this.
No, it's okay.
No, okay, you still got it. It's just me who's I start thinking about what I want to say about stuff, and I open my mouth, and then my brain has already moved on, and I don't, like, my mouth is just going like blah blah blah, words, and I almost don't know what I'm saying. I guess just one last thing that for me at least is this like what we got in present time as well, and with this meeting towards the end, good to see Historia again, and the whole letter there from Ymir. Very sad to hear if Ymir is if she is going to die, but I also expect for us to get like maybe not see that. I don't want to see Ymir die, but like get to see what's going on there, if that is actually going to happen, or something else.
I think it's done. Like, I think that's why Historia, she got this flash, and you said it's something we've seen before, but we also learned that, what's his name, Eren, Eren Kroger, the first one,
Eren the first.
He suddenly mentioned Mikasa Armin and.
Oh yeah, definitely the whole transcends time and space thing.
Exactly. So if we know that this is that ability, like they are able to actually cross timelines. That's why she saw Ymir there, as having her royal blood. She has the capability of, with the whole coordinate and everything. And I think that's what she saw. That's perhaps when she touched the letter. I mean, she feels like when she touched the letter, it suddenly happened.
Yeah. There was some sort of like, because Ymir touched it, and there was something left on the letter, like residue or like skin cells. I don't know. And then Historia touched it. I don't think it went by kind of quick, but I don't think we saw Ymir die or anything there.
No, but she sat with that, like.
Oh yeah. When she was writing the letter, we saw that, and when with Rainer standing over her. I don't know if that would no.
I meant when it was almost like celestial. She just sat there, very naked, and just sat and admired this, like with the coordinate stuff. And I think perhaps that was kind of like a sign of that she passed on.
But we've seen that before.
Yeah, but we also know from what I just said about.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the scene we saw back in whatever episode it was in season 2 where they showed us was actually, because we thought that we saw Ymir waking up again after turning into a human, after being like when she was a Titan for 60 years and roaming around, and then she ate this Marcel guy and turned into a human again. But then the scene where she was all naked and looking at the sky and looking at these connections that we know now are, going to the coordinate, the founding Titan, that scene was actually from way later, after her execution.
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay.
That's at least that's my.
That's how you interpret it.
That's how I interpreted it.
Okay.
And that it meant like, well, she passed on, and because Historia has powers like that, she's able to actually see Ymir having passed on, sitting and admiring that, and that was kind of like a tell for us that she was already, because we must, like, this letter was written in the past. We don't know how long ago.
Yeah, true.
So
it's just maybe it's just in any other story, in any other piece of fiction, if there was a character like Ymir and there was something romantic between her and a character like Historia who's extremely important, then that character just wouldn't die off screen. But they do things differently here, and sorry, it's just, as I said, my brain is not working optimally right now.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong so many times.
You're most likely not. I think that was very final, and the whole I only have one regret, that I didn't marry you kind of a deal, and we got the tears in Historia's eyes, and it very much felt like a goodbye. You're completely right.
And it was very sweet and very, like, because we've talked about it before, whether it was actually a love connection, and, well, it clearly was.
Yeah.
And that was
the confirmation there, and that just, of course, makes the whole thing even sadder.
Yes. We also got another information that if someone dies before they pass on the Titan powers, it will just randomly spawn in a new Eldian baby.
Yes, because they're still all connected in a way. Yeah.
So that's
very random. That's also a little bit Avatar-ish with, when the Avatar dies, it will just move on, and then someone will be born, like the new Avatar will be born, but we don't know who other than, well, then they knew like if it was gonna be fire or water or earth or like the next element, but here it's just even more random.
Yeah, but will the power activate if they get turned into Titans, or will it
just be dormant?
Like, yeah, will it be dormant or will it be...
So yeah, how do you test that unless you turn everyone into a Titan just to see who's got the the fucking Titan power? Yeah.
Will it be something that, like, is that kid just gonna die before they turn 13, or do you have to, like, activate the power to make it, like,
just start the timer, so to say.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be a little bit like, hey, welcome to the wild. You have 13 years to live. But I don't think it's... I think you have to activate it. But as you say, then how will...
How do you figure that out?
Yeah, and then that would just be like hidden until someone is being turned into a Titan, and then suddenly, boom! Wow, okay, you're not a normal dumb Titan. You're just... There you are.
There you are, yeah. Exactly. And then what I also wanted to get to with that scene, the meeting, Eren all of a sudden standing up and remembering, or it hit him at the same time it hit us with, oh, you were touching someone with that royal blood, and that's how you were able to do it at that point. Like, it happened the second he touched Dinah. That's how they're pronouncing it, right?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say Dina.
Fair enough. And yeah, that makes sense. There's another one with royal blood, Historia. And I totally get why he was like, oh wait, no, I can't just start talking about this. For one, I haven't told anyone that the Titan who killed my mom was my father's fucking ex. Like, that is still, yeah, crazy. And then what's that? Like, I don't want to put Historia in this position, because what if the military leaders then want to use her as a power up for me, and that's going to put her in danger.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's not. Yeah, so I totally get. And Hanji, of course, being Hanji, saw through Eren that, okay, yeah, it's something he's not saying, but there's a reason why. So I'm gonna back him up right now and just use the whole he's a hothead teenager excuse, and then that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's not completely out of place. I mean, he has been.
Yeah, and they are,
before,
as Levi mentioned in this episode, and something that we can maybe forget once in a while. They're still kids.
They're 15.
15 years old, man. Like, and still going through all this shit.
While going through puberty. Oh my freaking god, that must be absolute
hell. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you raised a nice point there with the... I'm not still really sure. Like, he has to basically use someone with royal blood as a conduit, right? If he has to, because the only way he controlled the Titans were through touching Dina.
Perhaps.
So...
but he wasn't like touching her all the time while doing... I don't know. There was something there. At least,
yeah,
and it's important.
But I definitely get why he's very. Well, it just dawned on him. He has a lot of things to think through. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. I'm also, because the series is called Attack on Titan, because that's a nice sounding title. But is that just the Attack Titan? Because when they said it in Japanese, I'm pretty sure they said Shingeki no Kyojin.
I'm not
Sorry for the pronunciation. Which is the title of the show. So the title of the show is Eren's Titan?
I'm not sure they said Shingeki no. Jeg tror ikke, de sagde no. Kyojin.
You don't think they said no? You just said that in Danish, but yeah.
I don't think they said no.
Yeah.
So like the tiny word between Shingeki and Kyojin.
Okay. I thought I heard that, but yeah, you might be right. It was just titles.
I'm not sure, because like I'm I'm not sufficient in Japanese to actually.
Me neither, man.
So it's definitely like a play on that, but I don't know if it's like straight out.
Sure. All right, yeah. It's just dawned on me. Now my brain is truly on fire. Do you have anything else you want to add to this one?
Nope.
Oh, all right. That's going to do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 21. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you for the Season 3 finale very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.